Hi everybody, welcome back to the Purple Pumpkin. I'm Laura and I garden in Zone 6, Connecticut. And today I'm just going to take you on a little walk around the yard. We'll have a look at what's still in bloom, maybe talk about some upcoming plans that I have for the garden, things like that. So it's been pretty chilly here recently. We haven't had our first freeze just yet, but we did come really close the other night. It got down to about 36. And in the next couple of days, we have some warm days coming, like a heat wave. And then it's going to be back to cold again, and it's supposed to freeze. So we're probably going to have our first frost in like about 4 or 5 days. So that's sad. We're going to have to say goodbye to some things. There's like a lot of stuff that I need to get done to prepare for the first frost. So I have a busy couple of days coming up, but I actually have free time. It's October 25th and I am officially done with my Halloween wig orders for Etsy. If you don't know, I am a wig maker, and obviously October is just an insanely crazy time for me, but I have everything shipped out in plenty of time. So I have lots of free time to get things done around the garden, and I am super excited to get back out there. So let's just have a look around and we'll see some things that are still in bloom, even with that 36-degree night that we had the other night. So here we go. So first up, hydrangeas. They're my absolute favorite, and I mean, can you not see why? Like, they're so gorgeous. These ones, actually, all of them bloomed pretty late this year. I think probably not until about August, but they are still blooming. It's the end of October now. They look amazing. The blooms, they just hold on for so long. I love the way they age. So there's like different shades of purple and blue even. They're so beautiful. Usually they die with the frost. I leave the bloom heads on them. Once they start to get like brown and gross, then I'll take the leaves off. But the bloom heads, usually they'll like crisp up a little, and they just look really pretty throughout the entire winter. So I leave them on. And then I'll just trim these back in the spring before as they start to shoot up new stems. These ones bloom on old wood and new wood. This year they did not bloom on old wood at all, only on new wood. We had a really late, it was like sub-zero temperatures, so that was late in the spring, so it was kind of killed a lot of buds. Now, what's giving most color right now in the yard is the Ageratum. This is one of my favorite annual flowers. It's super easy to grow from seed. These ones that I have in the yard are grown from Baker Creek seeds. I grew them from seed last year and maybe the year before as well. But they bloom like crazy. They started blooming probably in late June, and they're still blooming here at the end of October. They don't mind the cold. They've actually even continued to grow. So they have gotten nice and big. They are still blooming. They usually will even sometimes make it through a light frost, but they'll probably die with a hard frost. So I'm going to leave them for now, and I'll pull them out once they actually die, because I'm not sure how long they're going to make it for. But these are just absolutely one of my favorite annuals. They can be kind of aggressive in warmer zones, but here in Zone 6, they're like perfect. I just love them. They self-seed sometimes. I had a lot come up on their own this year, so that was a nice surprise, but they're really easy to pull if you don't want them. These Salvia are probably the biggest surprise of the year for me. These are Serious Blue Salvia from Baker Creek Seeds, and these are their first year. I started these from seed this year, and they have been just like an absolute showstopper. They started blooming probably mid-July, and they haven't stopped. I haven't even had to really deadhead them at all, because the color just lasts. has been going for so long. So many people that are like walking their dogs comment on these to me, and I'm like, I know. They're amazing. The screen doesn't even do the color justice. They're like these very blue purple. It's just so pretty. So I'm probably going to be moving some of these as well. They are supposed to be perennial in my zone 6, but I believe it did say they could be tender perennial, so they might die. If they die, it's kind of no big deal, because as you can see, they grew so much in just one season. I'll just be able to start them from seed next year if they don't make it. So great plant. Serious Blue Salvia. Definitely one of my favorites of the year. And then, of course, we have Sedum. Who doesn't love Sedum? I have mostly Autumn Joy Sedum. I have a couple other ones, but mostly what you see is Autumn Joy. These were here when we moved in. I've never even bought one of these. When we moved in 10 years ago, there was probably 2 or 3 like big clumps of it. I split them, and since then have split and split and split. And now I have, I don't know, 30? I have 1 million of them. I just love them. They're beautiful. You can't kill them, pretty much. They're so easy to grow, so easy to split. If you don't want them, give them to someone that does, really. And I leave them up through the winter also, because their stalks or their stems are really sturdy. And this is just another one that I think looks pretty even dead. So those are the things that are mostly still blooming. I do have a few other things, like the alyssum is still giving color, especially the purple one. And some of the Proven Winners Superbenas are still looking good. I'm planning on trying to overwinter this one, this Proven Winners Superbena Whiteout, because I had a really hard time finding this plant. I knew I wanted exactly this plant for the cauldron planter so that it would look like bubbles when it's fully bloomed out. And I had to go to like 5 different places just to find it. And then a few weeks later, I went back to see if they had any more, and they were gone. So I don't really want to deal with not being able to find it next year. So I'm hoping that it will overwinter for me pretty well. I'm going to have to be kind of selective about what I choose to overwinter, because we have a really tiny house and I only have a select space in the bay window in the front. And even that space gets really cold, actually. So it's tough to overwinter things, but I'm going to try with this one and a few other things, and hopefully that will work. So that's pretty much what's blooming. I have a ton of projects coming up for fall and winter. I still am working on my greenhouse project. I have a major vertical pumpkin project planned for the main garden. And then I have like another little vertical pumpkin project planned for the fence area, which I think is going to be really cute. So I'm going to have hopefully a lot of videos coming up about different projects and things that we're working on. But first up, I have to prepare for this first frost that's coming up. So I have some tasks that I'm going to need to do for that. And I think I'm just going to make another video about all that. So stay tuned for that. And I'm so happy to be back after like a few insane weeks of nothing but wigs. But I thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for coming along on this video. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.